Hello everyone, you're listening to WPCX in Clinton, South Carolina on the campus of Presbyterian College. Welcome to Current Climate. I'm your host, Brendan Carroll. No? We have a guest because her boyfriend's late. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Do I get my own mic?
Well, kind of. It's rigged up a little weird, so... Okay, there you go.
There's no button. How do I get bigger? Hey guys, it's Annalise Turner here. I'm a junior, a triple major, and yeah, that's me. Not that interesting.
We have a pretty interesting show today. We're going to talk about a lot of things that have happened recently. So, Israel violated the ceasefire again, literally right after my last show last week. The snap, I think a lot of people know about snap being reduced. It didn't get completely removed. The White House said that they were going to just make it partial payments instead of completely removing it amidst the government shutdown. And then the Supreme Court is deciding on Section 2 of the Voting Rights Act to determine whether it's constitutional or not. But before I actually speak my opinion, or any opinions get shared at all, I have to give you guys a disclaimer. They post it right here. A new thing we're doing also is that I'm looking at a camera, so if you hear me pointing at things, you hear fidgeting noises, don't worry about it if you're over the radio. But anyway, this program is produced by students at Presbyterian College in Clinton, South Carolina. Views and opinions expressed on this station are those of student producers and do not necessarily reflect the official views of the college. Thank you again for listening to WPCX. So, first things first, I figured I would just touch on what I already covered 2 weeks ago or something. I think it was 2 weeks ago. We talked about, well, not you didn't talk about it, but
I heard about it. I was listening to the show.
Yeah. So Israel broke the ceasefire again because they the justification in summary was that Hamas wasn't upholding their part of the deal because they didn't return I want to say the alleged number is about 80 bodies. They didn't return 80 bodies of hostages. Basically, they didn't return dead hostages. That was the point in contention. So Israel carried out a strike. It killed about 100 or so Palestinians. And so it's a little crazy because it's pretty unprecedented. I don't think that's really what we wanted in the United States. I'm pretty sure it's just not making Trump look very good. Just because it's disproportionate, I'd say. Because we're not talking about hostages that are alive, we're talking about bodies. So it's... And don't get me wrong, I understand the frustration of not returning bodies because that's important. A proper burial is important and things like that.
Why keep the bodies in the first place?
I don't think there's really a reason for it. It's just they died there, so it's kind of they just have them. It's not really, and they have yet to deliver them. It's not really they're holding them. It's just that they failed to deliver them, so they're not using the resources. I can't take this seriously. We're just not. They're not using the resources that They're not using their resources to deliver the bodies, pretty much. That's what's being alleged. So they're not being efficient enough with their time. So yeah, thoughts.
I feel like I'm not well versed enough in this topic. I'm not gonna lie, but you did make me feel like I could totally be a stand-up comedian right now. So, thanks for that.
Well, I mean, you got this. You're a triple major, dude.
That doesn't mean I know anything about Israel and a ceasefire.
That's fair enough. Dude, you're supposed to be an expert on like literally everything. You didn't know that?
I'm not an expert on pretty much anything yet, but thanks.
All right, so yeah, 46 children, by the way.
Oh, see, that's
Yeah. Since the truce started, not just counting that overnight strike, which was about 100 Palestinians, 46 children. Besides that, over 200. Hey, he's here. Over 200. Yeah, we got a camera set
Two
up.
special guests today, huh?
Yeah, dude.
There you go.
What's up? That's McHenry.
Hey guys, how you doing?
So yeah, we're actually talking about the breaking of the ceasefire again.
Yeah, what happened? Give me the latest on that.
Okay, so last week, literally right after our show last week, dude.
Really? So like last
Yes.
Tuesday afternoon? Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well,
Or
not
evening.
right after, but like I think it was the day after.
Okay.
Yes, so they had a strike pretty much over midnight that killed 100 Palestinians.
So who did the strike?
Israel did the strike.
Okay.
Now, it's because the reason they stated was because Hamas wasn't holding up their end of the bargain. They weren't delivering dead hostages to Israel.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, in retaliation, Israel did a missile strike, and they killed about 100 Palestinians.
Yeah.
Now, yeah.
Well, yeah. Two-way street, I guess, right? I mean,
I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, when a deal's a deal, you gotta honor it. But,
Yeah.
And but that's Israel will be Israel. But yeah, I mean, you gotta get the hostages back, right? Like that's the whole point of it. I don't actually know what was part of the agreement, but what was part of the agreement that was violated?
It was Israel alleges that Hamas wasn't returning the body, not like the live hostages, like the bodies, like the dead bodies in time. They weren't doing it in an efficient manner.
Okay.
So, breaking news.
despite a ceasefire, Israel has demolished villages in southern Lebanon. That happened a day ago.
Yeah. So it's been, I have my doubts about. I did have my doubts about the peace deal, and it's looking a little bleak. I'm not gonna lie, but it's all right. It's all right.
And these things historically take a little time to kind of kick in.
Yeah, they do. I mean, yeah, that's fair.
Like, I'm sure when we get to a point where Russia and Ukraine have a peace deal like that, they're gonna go through some growing pains too.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't always stop immediately.
That is true, and it's there's been a very long history of conflict in the Middle East, so it's not. I'm understanding of that. I'm not gonna be like Trump failed. I'm not gonna say that. I'm just I remain skeptical about it. I really hope it does go through though.
Yeah.
So another thing we wanted to touch on. There were two other things actually.
Yeah.
And we can go back to the Israel thing if you want to.
No, it's you have the agenda.
So another thing was the Voting Rights Act. Specifically, yes, the Supreme Court was looking at the Voting Rights Act to see if they can they were going under judicial review, which basically means that they're looking at a law and they're saying, okay, is this constitutional? Is this not constitutional? And they were looking at Section 2 of the Voting Rights Act, which basically it directs all states to have a majority-minority district, at least one.
A district that has majority of black or whatever people?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty much.
Got you. Or Hispanic or whatever.
Yeah, just non-white.
Non-white, and that's a rule currently that you have to have.
Yes.
Is that for what's the purpose of that?
So, it was originally intended, I guess, as a program to, I guess, the mission was to combat past discrimination.
Okay.
Pretty much.
By segregating it more. No.
Yeah. is that not just resegregating it?
What's the change they're making?
Well, what they're trying to change is that they're trying to do away with majority minority districts.
So they're trying to get rid of it.
Yes, they're trying to get rid of it.
And is this a Supreme Court thing?
Yeah, Supreme Court thing.
So it'll be a federal law.
Yeah.
Okay. And currently the law is you have to have one in a state, or is that
Yeah, you have to have at least one.
Okay. I was just trying to understand, but
yeah.
you take it away from there. I was just trying to understand.
Nah, you're good. So
How do they go about enforcing that?
they just look at the consent. They just look at the census, and they determine the highest population. Well, they have to literally. They just go by the census, and they're like, oh, and they draw district lines accordingly. So right now in South Carolina, our only Democrat district is a majority minority district. And
where
so
is
I can't. I couldn't tell you exactly where it is, but it's a bit south from us. I know that for sure. It's kind of toward the southern border. Yeah. That's the good thing about radio is that you can't see my hand gestures, so I don't look extremely awkward.
And that camera's rolling, right?
Yeah, it's rolling.
sir.
Yeah, we're good.
I got you.
Wait, so it's like uploading right now?
No, it's
Oh,
not
okay.
live. It's not live. People will take it to like editing, and then it'll probably be released like next week, maybe.
Yeah.
But
So the Supreme Court is looking into reversing that rule.
yeah, they're looking into reversing Section 2.
And what do you think about it?
Well, see,
And does it really make a difference whether or not it is in or not?
it really does. I mean, it does, but it doesn't.
I feel like in the end it like basically doesn't like do its purpose, because like if you're trying to get more majority minority districts, like if you just circled them all in one, then that's one singular district, and then their votes mean nothing basically.
Yeah. Well, I guess the idea behind it was that. Oh boy. Okay.
Oh boy.
Oh.
What?
Oh, that was 9 minutes. Oh, is this still dead air?
No, it's not. I mean,
It's not.
Okay.
Did you get another message about it?
Yeah, I got another message, but it could have just been delayed.
Because I see, the thing going.
Hello, Brennan's mom. Can you hear us?
I think it's another form of gerrymandering, in my opinion,
Gerrymandering, yeah.
Not good.
because it's really it's not really helpful in any circumstance. I mean, I know in like if we reverse that decision, if I'm not completely mistaken, places like Texas would get new districts redrawn, and then they would have like 5 more seats.
You can hear us.
Oh, okay, cool. Things like that, and so that's why Democrats are fighting it.
Mm-hmm.
Republicans are, I mean, obviously, you want more seats in the House, but I feel like in some circumstances this actually does harm Democrats in some ways, because if you think about it, like if it was more dispersed like you said, there would be more districts that were blue in South Carolina, but
Yeah.
because they made that a law, because they made majority minority districts a law, it's all concentrated into one district.
Yeah, it kind of harms Democrats, it seems like.
Yeah, but I think it does.
It's like if every liberal moved to California, then they'd lose every election.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean,
So, it's. But at the same time, I think revoking it would do like a lot more harm to Democrats if you think about it. Like in some states, yeah, it would do good, but we'd get about 16 new seats in the House, I believe, that were Republican. Once it gets revoked, so it really is a political.
oh, so
game.
it does. At this
Yeah.
very moment, it would help the.
Yeah, at this very moment, yeah.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah.
because there's not enough of them that if they're dispersed anyways, they're gonna lose place anyways, right?
Yeah.
Either way, they're not doing well.
Yeah. So it's.
Either way, they're cooked. Right?
It's just mostly political, and you also have to remember that when someone evokes Voting Rights Act, what are you thinking about? You're like, oh man, they're trying to revoke like black people's rights to vote or something.
Yeah, that sets off alarm bells in people's
exactly,
heads.
yeah.
Yeah.
Bells and whistles.
Yeah. So so there's political reasons besides just like, you know, the obvious, you know, political disadvantage.
And of course, you know, there will be people that try and make it seem like it's something way more than it is. Obviously.
Yeah.
So
that does happen a lot in politics.
Yeah, it sure does. Yeah.
You can't really help that. It doesn't matter what it is.
Right.
It'll just happen.
Is that where the idea that Trump's trying to take away people's right to vote comes from?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was the whole the voter ID card.
Yeah,
Did you
voter ID was another thing. Yeah.
Well, I mean, which is, you know, inherently there's nothing really wrong with it. Because
I saw an Instagram reel one time actually about that, and it was like they were going to liberal people and asking how they felt about the voter ID stuff, and every single one of their excuses was that they didn't feel black people could get an ID. And at that point in time, they're the ones being racist.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I might pull that up and show y'all later.
Yeah, I think that sort of mentality just stems from a lot of naivety, which is unfortunate. But.
Yeah. Hey, did you hear Dick Cheney passed away today?
Yes, I did.
For those of you that don't know, Vice President under President George W. Bush, Vice President during the 9/11 attacks.
Yeah.
So, you know, that's news, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it's unfortunate. I believe it was complications with pneumonia and cardiovascular disease too.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember.
I saw he's 84 years old, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Hopefully my voice is really picking up on that microphone.
Yeah, you might hold on. Let me move this because
It looks like it would be tasty.
What? Are you what?
I'm sorry.
I'm just kidding.
Another thing I wanted to touch on a little bit was the SNAP benefits.
Ooh, I know about
SNAP
this
benefits?
stuff.
Yes, SNAP.
As in, like,
food stamps.
Food stamps?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
It got renamed, I think, during the Biden administration.
Okay. So if it tell me about that. I don't know about that.
So, if I'm not mistaken, so it's pretty much just an extension of SNAP benefits.
Mm-hmm.
Expired on November 1st.
November 1st, okay.
Yeah. And about 40 million Americans were relying on it.
Okay.
Now, my opinion...
40 million Americans?
Yeah. About 40 million. Now, my opinion on it is, like, that's a pretty... People become reliant on things very, very quickly. Because if you don't...
Very quickly.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
It's like those stimulus checks back during the pandemic,
yes.
right? Just like that.
And the thing is, right, the reason why there's so many people on it, I mean, there were a lot of people on it before, but, like, a lot more is because, first off, around COVID time, everybody got an EBT card. Everybody got SNAP benefits. No matter, like, it was, they kind of lowered the standard of need, which basically means a lot more people were eligible for it than previous years.
Yeah.
I got an EBT card, you know, so me and my sister, you know what I mean. Anyway, yeah. So there's also been fraud.
Sure.
And it's not
bound to happen.
Yeah, it's bound to happen, and to the program's credit, it's not an extremely large percentage. Mm-hmm. It's about 20%, which
20% of
which is a lot of money.
What's 20% of what? Sorry.
So 20% is like fraudulent, or
okay.
Yeah, and that's about like $15 billion that's being wasted on people that I wouldn't say don't need it, but are not using it the way they're supposed to be using it. So like overpayments, like using food stamps for things other than food.
Like lashes, hair, and nails.
Yeah, that sort of thing.
cosmetics or something like that.
Yeah, so that's about like $15 billion is getting wasted.
15
approximately.
billion.
Well, there's also people that are using their like EBT cards and SNAP benefits to buy like eggs and milk and things like that, and then using that eggs and milk to like fund like bakeries and things like that.
Yeah.
So like they're taking advantage of it in like so many different ways as well.
Yeah.
So like using it for business operations and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually,
then-
there was a lady arrested, I think, a couple weeks ago or so. And she was arrested because she was fully running her bakery off of EBT and food stamps.
It's probably hard to regulate that kind of stuff. I mean,
It is. It's very hard to track numbers.
Someone goes to the grocery store, buys eggs with food stamps. It's like, okay, so what are you going to use these for? You know, it's hard to like.
Yeah, you can't.
It's
Yeah.
hard to regulate that kind of stuff.
Especially with the increased acceptance rate, and then also in the early COVID years, 2020 to 22, they stopped reporting all errors when it came to EBT and SNAP, meaning that you didn't know what was fraudulent and what wasn't because they didn't report on it.
There's a whole lot of stuff you didn't know during COVID.
Yeah.
Whole lot of stuff in all aspects of government and everything like that. Yeah.
And but they didn't. Now, on November 1st, when that extension ran out, the White House did not cease funding. Actually, they have it's partial funding now, so it's not cut out completely, but it's just reduced by about I want to say about half.
Just for the food stamps you're talking about?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now it's important to note that although we have SNAP, there's also WIC.
Those are two
WIC?
different things.
What is
right?
WIC?
They are two different things. So WIC
Is also very similar to SNAP, I think. It
yes.
is like money for groceries and things like that.
Yeah, it's for women, infants, and children.
You see,
That's what it's
this is you guys know your stuff on this. I have not really, I've not really looked into the different types of food stamps and whatnot.
It's okay. Where I know things, you don't know things, and where you know things, I have no clue what's going on.
So we're all working together here. Huh?
So yeah, WIC is also it provides healthier food, but there's
Healthier
less
food, you said?
Yeah, healthier
Okay.
food. There's less freedom, so you can't really get Oreos or junk food.
Oh.
And they kind of
It's
they
not-
give you food, but they give you food.
Okay,
what I
okay.
mean? So it's
Yeah.
not maybe it's not the most optimal food, but it's healthier than
Healthier.
yeah.
Which is where people are getting mad that their children deserve popsicles and ice cream and all of that, right?
Yeah, and they've been getting mad about that for a while, since way before the government shut down. When Robert F. Kennedy Jr. he made a statement about food stamps. He's like, we're not going to fund these unhealthy foods. That
Yeah.
it's going to be ineligible.
And that runs in the family because now RFK Jr. is the head of health and
Department of Health and Human Services.
okay.
Same person.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about his dad, Bobby Kennedy.
Oh, my fault. Did I say Robert Kennedy Jr.?
Oh well, they're both Robert Kennedy.
Well,
so
my fault. I thought,
no, you're good.
I meant Junior.
Okay,
Junior.
okay.
My bad.
No, that's my fault. I should have picked that up. We're not in the 1960s anymore, so I should have.
You're good, dude.
yeah.
You're good.
Clock it.
So yeah, it's not it's not like people are. I wouldn't go as far as to say that people are starving to death over this. I'm not. I mean, I'm sure people are struggling. There are probably people that really needed that are struggling.
Sure.
But I don't think it's as dire as people
Are making
make it out to.
seem.
Yeah.
It's not as drastic or.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Once again, it's just something that's kind of blown out of proportion. It seems to happen a lot.
Well, it's because there's people that are getting thousands and thousands of dollars on food stamps, and they're all upset about it because now their food stamps is a normal amount of money people should be paying on food.
I like how Anna's the only one looking at the camera.
Oh, I wasn't even looking at.
You know what? I keep looking at this thing because I don't feel like it's detecting my voice that much.
Yeah.
If you've noticed me raising my voice, it's because I don't know if it can hear me.
Okay, so one microphone's going to the camera and the other one's going to the radio station.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So someone can hear me.
Everyone can.
Yeah.
Okay.
I could hear you when I pulled it up a minute ago and I could hear you.
Well, hopefully everyone on the camera and the radio's able to hear me. But
What time is it?
4:30.
Oh, perfect timing. Okay, I have to do my mid-station ID. Okay. Just a reminder, guys, you're listening to WPCX in Clinton, South Carolina, the campus of Presbyterian College. You're listening to Current Climate. I'm your host, Brennan Carroll. These are my guests. Mick Henry's pretty much a co-host at this point. He's been here.
I'm on a 2-week streak. It's my second time in a row.
Yeah. And this is Anna. But yeah. No, we're not doing the disclaimer until the end. I'm not gonna do that 3 times in a row. That's awful.
Don't get yourself in trouble now.
No, she said I can do it twice.
Oh, okay.
So I'm
I
chilling.
did it first the second time.
Yeah.
I had fun.
So what else did you have in mind to chat about today?
Well, it's just, there have been some very interesting developments within the Republican Party.
How so? Tell me about it.
So
you're always in the loop. You always know what's going on. So this is why it's nice talking to you, because you know the recent stuff. What's been happening?
Okay, so what's been happening is, well, ever since the assassination of Charlie Kirk, there's been this sort of like rising of another segment of the right wing. This is what people consider to be, well, now they're calling it the woke right. People like James Lindsay, Ted Cruz, Ben Shapiro, those are the people that are calling it the woke right. Previously, like in 2016-17, you would have called them far right or alt right. So
yeah,
they're gaining relevance. Recently, Tucker Carlson had an interesting interview with Nicholas J. Fuentes.
I've been meaning to watch that. I haven't watched it yet, but I've been meaning to watch it because I've heard that was released.
Yeah. So, and very, very controversial figure.
Is that mainly because of stuff he said about Israel, if I'm not mistaken?
Not just Israel. He disagrees with interracial marriage.
Okay.
Yeah, and he has controversial opinions on race, as well as like you said, Israel.
In this time we're living in now, that's definitely considered controversial.
Yes. So there's been an interesting, I guess you could say, schism between. I don't know if you saw this recently, but a lot of like Daily Wire employees and former employees, like Matt Walsh, is defending Tucker Carlson in the interview. Ben Shapiro is like completely against it.
And if I'm not mistaken, Ben Shapiro and Tucker Carlson have never gotten along, or they've always like butted heads on a lot of issues.
Yeah. But they.
Am I right about that?
Yeah.
Okay.
He really does not like him right now.
Yeah.
And Brett Cooper, actually.
Who's Brett Cooper?
Brett Cooper. She used to work for the Daily Wire, but then she went independent like sometime. I don't know what she really covers.
Owens still work for the Daily Wire?
Who?
Cadence Owens.
No, she got fired.
She got fired from the Daily Wire.
Yeah, I believe she got. Well, legally, I don't think anybody like said anything about it. I think Ben Shapiro hinted that she was fired, but I don't know.
Forced to resign.
Yeah.
Forced to.
So.
That's what they say when they don't want to fire people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So. Brett Cooper, she used to work for the Daily Wire. She was, I don't really know what kind of stuff she did. I think she just did, like, reaction content. And she appealed to, like, a younger audience. So she just, like, I don't really know. I guess she watched, like, TikToks or something. I never really watched her.
Okay.
But she came out in support of Tucker Carlson.
Okay.
And so it's just been pretty interesting. I'm detecting a bit of a schism.
What is?
What's a schism?
Yeah, I was going to
schism.
say the same thing.
Like
what is a schism?
Like a division, I guess, is the best way to put it.
Oh, like an
unexpected.
I think
divide.
I knew that word. I think I knew that word.
Yeah, like how the.
Is that not an SAT word?
Is it an SAT word? I don't know.
I think so.
But yeah, so I sense the Daily Wire is going to be in some. Are you promoting a CD? Are you promoting a mixtape?
I think it's cool.
I said CD. I feel so technologically illiterate
The Daily
right now.
Wire is going to be doing what? Sorry.
I think, well, earlier, I want to say, it wasn't this year. No, it definitely wasn't this year. Earlier last year, the Daily Wire, there were suspicions that they were kind of going bankrupt. So Jeremy Boring, and
Bankrupt?
because at the time they lost Candace Owens and then they lost Brett Cooper, and those
So you
were our
got
biggest
Shapiro
pulls.
and who else?
Ben Shapiro, Michael Knowles,
Okay.
Matt Walsh, Andrew Clavin,
Okay.
and Jordan Peterson. So, yeah, so which were not big pools at the time. They're still not very big pools. They don't. Most of their money makers were Candace Owens and Brett Cooper. So there were talks about them becoming bankrupt, and Jeremy Boring stepped down, which was sort of like things were looking dire for the Daily Wire, and so since then, I don't want to talk about that.
That is a little bit of
an
alliteration there. I like that. But anyway, what were you saying?
Not a little.
So, anyway, so things have not been looking great for the Daily Wire for a while now.
Yeah.
They've been trying to do interviews and stuff like that, but it hasn't been the same.
It has been.
So I'm thinking that the Daily Wire might be gone in like a year or two.
Wow.
Yeah.
That would be honestly kind of a loss because they're one of only a few major media outlets that are considered conservative.
Yeah,
the whole industry is very much dominated by people left-leaning. Like almost every major cable news network, with the exception of like Fox or Newsmax, is basically left-leaning, and a lot of the majority of other journalists, newspapers, and stuff are usually left-leaning now. So it seems a little self-inflicted though, because they fired their main people.
Yeah, and yeah, it's now Candace Owens. It's kind of crazy to me, that whole situation. How do you feel about Candace Owens?
Honestly, believe it or not, I actually don't really know of her that well. I know that she was involved in the Daily Wire, and I know that like she has conservative views, but I really don't know a lot about what she preaches. I haven't looked into it that much.
Yeah. Okay. So a lot of people thought originally that she broke off because she started to lean like a little. Well, I'll put it this way: she started to kind of criticize Israel a bit.
Okay.
And she really got edgy like toward the end of her I guess tenure at the Daily Wire, before she got edgy. Like she would start talking about like
got some septum piercings.
No, dude, like I remember like listening to a show and she was talking about the Nazi book burnings, dude. And she was
that
like,
is a slippery slope, man.
Yeah,
that was back that far in history.
That was it was a little little edgy, so I was like so I'm pretty sure I thought that's why she got fired.
Yeah.
But recently she got a little like kind of crazy. Like she was talking about like good stuff, like she was talking about the USS Liberty. She did an interview. I don't know if you're familiar with that, but it's pretty interesting.
I'm not familiar with that.
We might talk about it next week.
Okay.
But yeah, that's interesting. She talked about that, but then she like went on this like, oh, the Earth is flat, and
Oh,
like just
come
like
on.
really crazy stuff. Like she's talking
Come
about
on.
like
There's so much proof to why the Earth is not flat, guys.
yeah. She was.
Oh no, but I look out my window and I can't see, or I can see straight or something like that.
What people say, like the ice wall at the edge of the Earth where you flip over.
Oh, yeah. It's just like.
How do airplanes work?
And I don't think she like really. I think she was just sort of like teasing it to be like, look, guys, I'm kooky. You know, I don't think she like actually believed
Like a
that the Earth is
pick-me
flat.
girl?
Well, kind of, sort of. I think it was just like there to kind of like build like a little like. I don't know how you would describe it, but I guess just.
Yeah, I get what you
publicity,
mean.
just kind of being a little whatever, like a little
flirting
shock
with
jock or
crazy
something.
ideas and just sort of trying to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
And then also, she kept talking. She became obsessed with Brigitte Macron. I don't know. Do you know who that is?
I don't know.
Exactly. That's why she shouldn't be obsessed with it.
Okay.
She's the
Yeah.
first lady of Emmanuel Macron, which is the president of France, or president or prime minister.
Of France?
Yeah. Is that a president?
No, I'm telling you, I had to go.
Oh.
That's what I was
bye.
saying.
I'm sorry.
I didn't know if that was you're
Bye.
talking to me.
No, I was like waving at him, trying to get him to see
I'm
that
sorry.
I was. Okay, I was just saying I was going. I have work at
Oh,
5.
okay. I'll see you.
See ya. If you come hang out. I'll
Nick Henry.
see you.
Oh, I'm gonna take your seat. I'm sorry.
That's so rude.
All right. Good luck at work.
Thanks, hon.
All right. So.
Now they can probably hear me better.
Yeah,
Hopefully.
much better. Yeah. So, yeah, dude, it's crazy. So she's like obsessed with Brigitte Macron, and so like at first I was like, okay, I'll bite, I'll watch it, and her first couple, well, her first like 10 episodes, 'cause she did like 100 now, I think, like something crazy like that.
Yeah.
Maybe not literally 100, but it feels like that. She just keeps covering it over and over again.
Over and over again. Yeah.
Yeah. And that was like literally all she talked about was Brigitte Macron.
And we're still on Cadence Owens, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And she was talking about how Brigitte Macron's like transgender, and then at first I was like, okay, maybe I guess I'll bite, whatever. And then the conclusion of all of it is that Brigitte Macron is Emmanuel Macron's trans dad.
Wow. Trans.
That Brigitte Macron is secretly Emmanuel Macron's dad who transitioned to marry him.
So basically, your consensus on Candace Owens is she's just got a little off the rails.
Yeah,
she's just off the rails.
I think she got a little. I think she got a little crazy. I think she had a little taste of like the conspiracy stuff, and then like and don't get me wrong, she talked about legit stuff too.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna. But I feel like she kind of went off the deep end, and she was like, okay, you know what? She just like, I don't know who's feeding her information, but somebody's feeding her information.
Right.
I don't know who it is, but I feel like there's sort of an agenda with it. I don't know, because it's like.
Yeah, and in someone, okay, I've heard a lot of people, and I sort of believe this, but like, I kind of, a lot of people right now are thinking that way about Tucker Carlson.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people, because Tucker Carlson has been in the media for a long time, and he's on Fox for a while, and like I've always like sort of listened to what he has to say and everything, but recently though, a lot of people are criticizing him for the same type of thing, like just going off into the deep end. Like when he had that interview over the summer with the president of Iran.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Just his general Israel skepticism and his. I remember he said some stuff like when we had our attack on Iran's nuclear facilities and stuff like that. He said something along the lines of like, this is a terrible idea. Criticizing Trump for it was like, this is a terrible idea. It's it's almost un-American and stuff. So like a lot of people that for years have like respected Tucker Carlson sort of were taken back at that, and we're like, whoa, come on now, like.
Yeah, I feel like he's been pretty rational, I don't think he's been that crazy.
Definitely not to the level, from what you're saying, it's definitely not to the level of like Candace Owens. Definitely not to that level.
Definitely not.
Nowhere even close to that level.
Yeah.
But I'm not trying to directly compare him to that. But like someone in that was for a long time respected and now is like losing a little bit of credibility.
Yeah, I don't really get why he's losing credibility because he's not even saying anything that controversial.
That's
I don't
true.
think.
Yeah.
I mean, he just has an opinion and disagrees with the president, and I think that's part of the problem is that I think we've all become so jaded with jaded. That's the right word, right? I swear, if I misuse a word, we're gonna make sure.
Accustomed to. How about that?
Perfect. Okay. Yeah, that's what I meant. I meant jaded. I just wanted to make sure because
Jaded. Is that right?
Yeah, jaded is correct.
Okay, jaded is
because it's incredibly embarrassing when you say a word that does not mean what you think it means. So, I think the vote, like the base, just became jaded with like people that like disagree with the president.
Yeah.
So like any time someone has an opinion that's differing from the president, they're kind of like, ugh, it's another rhino. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So even if it's like a necessary.
What is that term? Rhino.
Republican in name only.
Yeah. I've never heard that actually.
Really?
Yeah, no, I'm not familiar with that, but that's pretty funny.
Oh,
it's another rhino, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a popular term. It's actually a very popular term in South Carolina because what people learned a long time ago in South Carolina is it's a red state, but it's red because a lot of Democrats run as Republicans because they need that R next to their name to win an election. That's what they feel like.
Yeah.
And another thing,
that's why people like Nikki Haley come from this state.
Yeah. Yeah.
Who are basically a Democrat, but can't run as a Democrat because they won't win anything.
Well, it's a bit more. It's not necessarily that she's a Democrat. It's just that, and don't get me wrong, some of her policies I feel like are left leaning. It's not that, right?
Yeah.
Because you can be as conservative as you want to be, but if you prioritize foreign policy over domestic policy, and you're just like a war hawk.
Yeah.
Then your domestic policy doesn't matter because you're going to compromise that.
Yeah.
Like that, So it's my problem with Nikki Haley isn't even that she's moderate. It's just that she's, her husband receives money. Well, her husband's into Lockheed Martin stocks and Raytheon stocks, and so she's inevitably going to sell out domestic policy in favor of a more active role in the foreign scene.
Mm-hmm. And I think she just also kind of represents this older, washed up brand of Republicans that were more abundant under like George Bush. Where she's probably the same type of Republican like Dick Cheney or George Bush or someone that got involved in all these wars in the Middle East. So like it's a brand that thankfully is dying slowly, and I think Trump is the big person that is changing that brand.
Yeah, I mean there's nothing to deny about that. I mean, he really, especially in 2016, he destroyed the Bush dynasty. And you know what was unique about him is during the primary debates, he was asked will you accept defeat in the primaries, and will you back whoever wins the primaries, or will you go independent? And Trump was like, I'm going independent. I'm going to run. I don't care if a Republican loses. And I think we need more of that.
But
because right now, like in recent years, there's been a lot of people that are just like, you gotta vote red. What are you gonna what if a Democrat wins? But we can't have that mindset because you're gonna put yourself in a really bad spot if that's all you're thinking about is the next election. Then you're in for a really rough ride.
Yeah. I mean, part of it makes sense. Like obviously, you're not gonna want someone that completely sees things completely different from you.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But at the same time, you do got to stand up for what's right and what you believe is right.
Yeah.
Whatever that is. And it sounds like that's what you're saying Trump did in 2016 when he just said, when you said somebody asked him if he were to drop out, or if he were to drop out, would he back the Republican candidate, or would he just, become independent and just keep running? That's like he put his foot down and was like, no, I'm not letting this Bush dynasty continue. And and it's boy, I'm glad he didn't back down. I'm glad he stayed with it.
Yeah.
Really could have been a lot different the past 20 years, past 10, past decade could have been a lot different if Jeb Bush was if Jeb Bush was the president. You know what I mean? That would be. I don't even really want to imagine it, honestly.
I remember the approval rate. It was a miraculous. Well, let's not use the word miraculous. Let's just say it was a very. It was an underdog story. I'll put it that way.
Yeah.
It was an underdog story.
I mean, because you had Trump, who's just he's a business guy.
Yeah.
He builds hotels and plays Monopoly with real buildings.
Yeah.
But and then he's never really had any political experience, but he came in there and just crushed it.
Yeah. I don't know if you were watching. I remember being, how old was I? Yeah, I was 9 years old. And I was watching the election results. I couldn't watch them all the way because, I had to go to bed. Mom, I'm joking. But I remember the number on Trump being close to 0.
Yeah.
And then the state's results are slowly coming in. The districts are slowly coming in, and then the number just keeps going up and up and up. And it's the approval ratings low for Trump. Things are looking grim. And no, I don't think anybody really expected the guy to win. Even the people backing him, I don't know if they even expected him to win.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a crazy time.
And it also there is a pattern that for some reason these pollsters and these election analysts and researchers somehow totally miss the mark. Even in 2020, before the voting even commenced, Biden had a 95% chance to win the election. And Trump almost won again.
Yeah.
And, they totally underestimated him in 2020, or in 2016, when he was under predicted then, and then, they thought the last election was going to be razor thin close margins, and he won by a landslide essentially. So he's always sort of been underestimated.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, okay, we're good. I keep forgetting to check chat. That's what I really need to start doing.
That app has been is somehow challenging for me to use. It won't let me make an account for some reason.
Yeah, it's honestly, we need to get some people on to fix this app, honestly, because it is a bit of a problem.
It wouldn't let me make an account even. So anyone that's out there listening that is having issues getting on this app, I feel you.
Yeah. But this year, I mean, I probably said this last show, but this year has been very interesting, and I cannot wait to see what's next. Man, and I really hope that ceasefire actually, I hope it works out.
Yeah, I do too. I mean, we've been waiting for peace in the Middle East for centuries? I mean, this could be a huge milestone if it actually ends up working out. But this is really not something that this peace deal, this attempted ceasefire and everything like that is really not something that would have been possible under a Republican administration 10 years ago. It just wouldn't be. Or a current Democrat administration. It just wouldn't really be able to happen, because right now, or back then, Republicans, that was the party of war, and now Democrat is the party of war. So this is a brand new thing that we are that Trump is working on.
Yeah, and I'm excited. Honestly, I'm pretty excited for 2028. I know that's
Who
such
do you
a far
think is
bar.
gonna? Do you think it's gonna be J.D. Vance that's gonna run?
Oh, he's definitely gonna run. I don't know if he's gonna win.
Yeah, I mean, do you think he'll win the Republican primary?
Now that
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. This way too early prediction here. I don't think a Democrat is gonna beat a Republican in the next presidential election. However, the Republican primary is a question, because Trump can't run again. He will have served up his 2 terms. He can't run again.
Yeah.
The question is a big question mark of who's next. Is it going to be J.D. Vance? Is it going to be Ron DeSantis? Is it going to be Kristi Noem? Is it going to be who? What do you think?
Yeah, I really wish people would talk in chat. You guys are depressing me. You guys, this is so sad. Guys,
we want to hear you guys. We want to hear your input. We want to hear what you think. Somebody turn on your radio. People just don't listen to the radio. Maybe that's it.
That's what it is. That's probably what it is.
Guys, listen to the radio. Video killed the radio.
Well, yeah, so we got to upgrade. Okay. First things first, before I continue talking at all, we have to do our last station ID.
And if you're tired of doing it, I can always jump in.
I mean, if you want to do it, go ahead.
Let me test my radio voice. Which one which one is it?
Any of these 3, or you can do your own.
You can.
Nah, dude, go ahead.
Do any of these
Knock
3?
yourself out, yeah. Or you can do your own thing, as long as you mention that we're, as long as you mention that, and that, you're good.
So I can pick one of the 3?
Yeah, if you want to.
Okay, it's time for the station ID. You're listening to WPCX 97.1 FM in Clinton, South Carolina. We are student radio station at Presbyterian College.
Yeah, not too bad.
How was it?
Yeah, it was good. All right. And another disclaimer. This program is produced by students at Presbyterian College in Clinton, South Carolina. Views and opinions expressed on the station are those of student producers and do not necessarily reflect official views of the college. Thank you for listening to WPCX. All right.
I'm not gonna lie, that was smooth. I think you practiced that. You're used to doing that one, aren't you?
Oh yeah.
You probably got that almost memorized in your head now.
So this almost concludes our show, but I want to say one more thing, guys. So, as I stated earlier on the show, we're actually recording for BlueTube. That is Presbyterian College's official student YouTube channel. So if you want to watch video archives, if you want to actually see my face, I will be on BlueTube. We're not going to upload today because I'm trying to get an editor. So maybe this week, probably next week, there'll be a video out of this show. And so I'd like you guys to check it out. Again, BlueTube. The actual username, because YouTube is doing that new thing now where you have the channel name and then the handle or whatever. That would be at BlueTube PC. If you guys wanted to check it out. But that's all I have for today for the show. Not a very interactive show this time. I expect more from you guys. You got to start talking in the chat again. But I will see you guys next week. We're going to talk about, I guess, USS Liberty, because that's a fun topic. I got to talk about that.
I got to do my research on that.
Yeah, and we'll see what comes up. We'll see what comes up next week. But I'll see you guys. If you want to say your goodbyes, go ahead.
Bye, guys. Thank you, Brendan, for having me on again.
Yeah, dude, of course. Thank you for showing up. I hate that music.